All right, guys, just gonna pose here. Now, I've talked a ton today, all right? But today's vlog day, so you're not surprised that I'm talking a ton, all right? So I'm just gonna pose here for you guys, all right? Love posing. Now, when I talk about my friends in terms of what they look like or who they are, not all my friends are super drop dead gorgeous. I'm not saying they are. A lot of my friends aren't, and I like them for who they are. And I would never criticize anyone for being a certain look, you know? And any look can change, all right? So just so you know, if you are someone that's chubby or you are someone that has a flaw, a major flaw, that can all change. It doesn't have to be that way forever. Um, and it shouldn't be a factor in terms of getting friends or being loved. And obviously, I think for the most part, we live in a very good society. There's We Day, there's all kinds of stuff that make people feel good, even though they may not feel good about their outside. They have people that make them feel good on the inside and outside. All right. So there's tons of good things about the way society is running today. People are a lot more politically correct and a lot more careful with their words. There's so many people getting different looks that you never would have seen years ago, and people are very supportive of all kinds of stuff nowadays. There's no question about it. We live in a very good society where people are very. Now, there's some people that are really negative and rude and judgmental, but um, for the most part, you're going to see people that are not critical, that are very nice, that totally support all lifestyles. You know, it's very nice to see. People are very supportive of one another. People could be nicer, obviously, but for the most part, I would say people are definitely not shallow these days. I've gone into places like I went to Burger King one time, right? And there was a guy harassing the girl at the counter. The girl at the counter was an older lady. She worked at Burger King, and she's an older lady, and she's not like she's overweight. She's a very nice woman, but she's overweight. She didn't allow this guy to go to the bathroom. Okay, so he criticized her, got really mad at her, treated her like dirt. So what happened was another girl at the counter, at the Burger King counter, stood up for her and said, "You know what? This girl is nice. How dare you do that? She's not allowing you to go to the bathroom. She doesn't allow anyone to go to the bathroom. That is not a customer." So it's clear that there's a policy at Burger King that if you're not a customer, you can't go into the washroom. So she defended her, and that's the society we live in. People get really crazy about people that are treated bad. People get really mad about someone that litters. People have a hard time with people being not nice, okay? And of course, there's some people that are snobby, some people that are mean, but they do it in a way that's not harmful. People don't really focus on that because they're not really in anybody's way too much. There's some people that they are in the way too much, but for the most part, you're going to see a lot of really kind people doing a lot of kind things for each other. All right, just feeling, and some people, and you know, Ellen is very nice. You know, it's crazy. I'm watching Ellen, and I saw an episode of Ellen, and she's like, she found somebody in the audience that was 8 levels stressed. So she got a guy, a good-looking guy, to give her a massage, and she gave this girl $10,000 cash because this girl was really stressed about her finances. She was at an 8 stress level in her opinion. So obviously Ellen helped her, and Ellen was like, you know, be kind to someone else. I gave you $10,000. I got this really good looking guy to give you a massage. So be kind to someone else. Now there are some people that are so kind that you're just like, wow, you know, I don't care who you are. You're the kindest person ever. You treat me like gold. I'm very grateful. I have a lot of people in my life that are super nice to me. That may not be the most glamorous people in the world, but they're so nice. You're like, wow, you know, you're awesome. You treat me so well. That's priceless. I really want to thank people like that because you know sometimes you don't go through your day seeing people that are nice. Sometimes you go through your day and then everyone's being nasty, everyone's upset about something, everyone wants to complain, everyone's got something going on that's terrible, and you're like, you know what? You're a breath of fresh air. You really helped me out. You make me feel great. You are awesome. So, to those people, I want to thank, definitely. Um, and of course, all my fans are great. Regardless of who you are, what you do, I'm really supportive, all right? So, especially if you're a young person that sees, a person like me and thinks, this guy's a total star. I'm not a star. I'm not famous yet. I will be, but I'm not right now. But I want to make sure people that are young have someone good to look up to, right? If you're in your 20s and you're like, that person does a lot of drugs, I'm not into that. That person does this, I don't like that. That person has way too many plastic surgeries, not cool. Then you can look at my channel and say, hey, there's a refreshing channel, very positive, light and airy, yet jock glam aggressive, macho as well, but preppy. So that brings about really good things for people. With one person that's really positive, it can change a whole life. It can change many lives, right? Some people may have prevented themselves from committing suicide just by watching my channel. So I really want to send out love and support to all my fans. You guys are all awesome. Really grateful. Um, you guys are amazing. Now, if you are someone that's struggling, I want to make sure you have a good Halloween. And if you are someone that's really, really happy and you enjoy life and you're spoiled to the nines, maybe feel, well, obviously feel good and enjoy your Halloween, but make sure that you don't take it for granted. But I don't expect I mean, I don't want you to be like, this guy sucks. You tell me not to take things for granted. Uh, no, but I mean, like, just enjoy what you have. If you have a lot and you're really happy and you even look really good, just enjoy it and have fun with it, and and be free as well. Like feel comfortable. If you're a nice person and you're really rich and you got everything going for you, well, that's all the better for you. There are some people that are very snobby in Hollywood that have, they were good looking when they were young, but now they look terrible because they had bad plastic surgery, and people look up to you and you're being totally rude. That's not cool. But she can do whatever she wants. I forget what her name was. But she had like a terrible nose job and she was so rude. I'm like, well, when you were young, yes, you were good looking, but if you're going to be like that when you're older and you're not doing very well looks wise, then maybe you should reconsider your attitude, because it's not cool to be rude when you have nothing going for you now because you don't even act anymore. You haven't done a movie in years. So you're hanging on to your old past self, which, yes, you were gorgeous. Yes, you were nice. Well, no, yes, you were gorgeous, I mean. But if you were always snobby, well, that's not good, right? Of course, if you're always people live the way they want to. Some people are very snob, like Gwyneth Paltrow. I think Gwyneth Paltrow is someone that takes things for granted in the way that she portrays herself on camera. She might not, but someone like Gwyneth Paltrow is a total snob. She seems to be very rude about what she says. She seems to be really out of touch with what the population that's suffering is dealing with, and she seems to be kind of totally. And I'm not judging Gwyneth Paltrow at all. I don't think it's good to judge anyone, but Gwyneth Paltrow is someone that kind of has a bad attitude in terms of how she thinks of herself and her wealth, and how she doesn't really seem to care what anybody else is doing, which is fine. You're allowed to, and she's allowed to be that way. There's nothing wrong with that. She wants to be that way. She totally could be. Maybe she dealt with things that were very difficult. But I mean, if you're going to be a celebrity and you have all that, don't you think you should be a little nicer? Um, Not that you have to be. And if you are someone that watches my channel and you're totally mean and you're totally snobby and you don't like anyone and you treat everyone like trash except your partner, and you like it that way, I'm not here to judge you. I don't want you to feel like my channel is something that you suddenly feel judged. If that's how you want to live your life, that's a fair way. If that's how you want to be, people have to respect it because that's who you are. That's what you want to do. So no one's going to argue that if that's who you are. If you have the means to pay for yourself, you can be whatever way you want. You should feel free to be whoever you want. So I just think that some people might take it a bit too far. But if you're just like, it took me forever to find my wife, if you're a guy or a girl, whatever, doesn't matter. It took me forever to find my wife. and I had a hard time with that. And all of a sudden, I had all these haters, and now I'm doing very, very well. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, you know what? Who cares how I treat people? I've been treating them so nice for so long. I'm gonna do this. So if you're like that, then by all means, no one's gonna argue that. No one's gonna take that away from you. If you're not affected by it, if it's something you feel comfortable with and you're very happy living that way, then by all means go ahead and no one's gonna stop you. I don't want you to say to yourself, "This channel sucks because this guy's trying to make you feel bad." That's not what I want to do. I mean, for me, I just think some people have it really rough, and you want to make sure that they get the attention they need from a celebrity type person, so that they know, yes, I can reach for my goals. Yes, I don't have to be miserable all the time because I have always felt that way. Now I know, yes, I can do more with my life. Yes, I can actually achieve my goals. Yes, there are things that I've always wanted to do that now, yes, I can. Because there's someone out there that looked out for me and said, you know, you can reach your goals, you can do what you want. Now, of course, the real goal for everyone is doing what you want without having anybody being a hater, and that's almost unrealistic, but it's possible. For the most part, you can pretty much, if you're living the life you want and you're not harming anybody, then go ahead and continue that way. No one's gonna stop you. All right, so I said a lot of things. I did a lot of vlog stuff, and I hope you liked it. I think it's very, very good. Sometimes I think I talk too much and I have jumbled thoughts, but for the most part, I think I came across well. All right. So thank you guys very much. All right. Bye now.